in the 10. Gotta go hard, we gotta give all. No loss or excuses, cause we gotta win. They say they sleep, must not be a fan. Get at your mans and mess up your plans. Look at your stands and look at your hands. I do what I want and you do what you can. I do it for fans, you do it for fame. EA Sports, we in the game. EA. I am the coach and the player of the game. They gon' remember the name.
We want back ends. Wipe my sins. They can't win. No new friends. Football fans. They sleep again. We wake them up. Wake up, the champs is in. Champion. We want back ends. Wipe my sins. Wipe it. They can't win. No new friends. Football fans. They sleep again. We wake them up. Wake up, the champs is in. Yeah.
And, Coach, we are down on the Bayou as you get a look inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome here in New Orleans. The setting in this dome just serves to amplify the excitement of the folks in New Orleans as their Saints burst from the tunnel a moment ago. They're set, and we're set as well as the Saints get ready to do battle with the Philadelphia Eagles. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Marcus Davenport there to take him down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Wentz to throw on second down. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Craig Robertson. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Shotgun now for Wentz. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at the 40. From the gun, it's Breeze. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar.
Circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. That's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
Breeze now on first down. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 4 yards there on the keeper, but still going to bring up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had the incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. And that's complete. It's Watson. His first catch, good for 9 and a 1st down.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the 1st down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Running with Kamara. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And an alley to run. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Now Breeze throwing on 2nd down. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Derek Barnett in there to get him for a loss of 5. Third and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here. Shotgun now for Breeze. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They needed 14. They got 15 here on 3rd down.
Here we go.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. The rush defense stout on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. And the former Heisman winner, this is Mark Ingram. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10.
21.
Now Breeze on third down. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Mike Bennett in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. And Lutz's kick is good. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we would be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
Play action. Now Wentz. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by a former first-round pick, Patrick Robinson. And they'll be inside the red zone with a ball at the 16-yard line. If there was one area that the coach emphasized in our pregame meeting, it was red zone offense.
And the sense I got from it, and I think you did as well, they weren't real happy with how they were executing previously, so they put a lot of time and effort into it because getting points is paramount. Doesn't matter what you do otherwise, don't leave the red zone without putting points on the board.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now this time Breeze will throw. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Ready? We're waiting.
From the gun on 3rd down, Breeze. And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. And the first play will be a field goal try. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. Lutz puts this one through. And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. Well, the offense, they got the ball in a great spot, but they went nowhere. Forced him to take just the 3.
And they'll be, happy taking the 3. But those guys on the other side, they've got to be ecstatic. They didn't let them get anywhere. It made them kick a field goal. That almost feels like they got the advantage, doesn't it?
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. Finding some room at midfield. That one 28 yards on the ground.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to, but they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So a jump there defensively.
That's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. Wentz going to throw. And this is Ertz with it, right side. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now it's Ajayi. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. On 2nd down, here's Wentz. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Cameron Jordan in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Working from the gun, Wentz. Ertz has it left side. And they move this all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
The Eagles into the red zone for the first time. They're looking at a 1st and goal from about the 9. This man was a saint for 3 years. It's Darren Sproles. And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. That's a gain of 7, and we'll leave them with 2nd and goal coming up.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, we look at a little more of a scat back type, and he's trying to make it happen.
Yeah, they went with the elusive, slippery guy. Couldn't get in there, though. On 2nd and goal, Ajayi, the lone man in the backfield. They'll try to run with Ajayi. And he pushes forward, but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
The crowd here in the Dome making things difficult. 3rd and goal. Here's Ajayi. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. Now to try the Eagle field goal, Jake Elliott. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So that's when you almost never see at this level a wobbler from very short range, and it winds up no good.
All right, Brandon, if he slipped or someone got a hand on it, then I can understand it, but it's almost like you heard a whistle or something to stop this swing. A very strange result. especially for an NFL kicker.
So Brees going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at the 20. Brees now to throw. Forced out to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Throwing now is Brees. On the check down, he finds Kamara. 7 yards on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Here's Brees. He's going to let this one go deep. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to New Orleans after this. They'll go option to the short side. And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Now Brees. And this is a catch by Ted Ginn. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. The Saints on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Ready? You waiting?
Play clock down to 3, and we're going to get a timeout here, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. The Saints on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. And Lutz's kick is good. And that will make our score 9-0. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
Come on now, come on now, let's go.
Throwing on first is Wentz. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
On first down, Wentz. He finds Aguilar over the middle. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision, because they do have the final call now.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Again, they'll throw with Wentz. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. And before they can run this 3rd down play, we're going to get a timeout, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. Wentz going to try and throw on 3rd. This is taken in by Jeffrey. He's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. Alshon Jeffrey, as the first half is winding down. And the Eagles have cut it back within a score. Elliott now to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here, and with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Looking long for Thomas. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So it's halftime here in New Orleans with the Saints out in front. As we send you on over to Orlando, we now proceed to the start of the 2nd half. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the 3rd quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Hey, break it down, fellas. Break it down. Kill.
They run it again with Kamara. He takes this for 3 to the 29. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout as there's a Saints player down here on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. The Saints on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5.
Ready.
To throw, it's Breeze. Finds his man, Watson, over the middle. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Well, that'll get him the first down as they get 9 yards out of that quick slant. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They go play action here on 1st down. He's going to float this one. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one goes for 36 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Breeze now on 1st down. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. A good pickup there on 1st as the screen pass gets him 8.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Breeze hands to Ingram, and he stopped immediately there. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. The Saints on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Ready. Yellow lead.
Breeze going to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. Michael Bannon in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. So they'll turn to the kicker again. He's been a busy man thus far. From the left hash, it's a 42-yard attempt. And Lutz puts this one through. And that will push the lead up to 12-7. So making 4 out of 4 now in the field goal department, and he's able to extend their lead.
When drives have bogged down, he's been automatic out there. So nice to have a kicker you can count on to put points on the board.
So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
They'll run with a former Badger. It's Corey Clement. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. It's Patrick Robinson there on the stop. Well, usually you don't think of the cornerback coming in for a no-gain play, but that's what we had there. Nice tackle.
Yeah, and how about the range, too? Coming from the outside part of the play, moving his way into the inside and making that play happen. No gain for the offense, big play for the defense.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
So the penalty certainly helps them out as they come up on 2nd and 5. From the gun, it's Wentz. He's got a man, complete. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Nelson Aguilar, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Eagles are able to cash it in for 6. Now Wentz going to lead the Eagles up to go for 2. Here's Wentz to throw. And he's taken down here by the Saints. And in the 3rd quarter here, they were trying to push that to a 3-point game, but instead it'll stay at 1.
And I'm a big proponent of not chasing points or going for 2 too early. But in this case, I understand why. You know, if you kick an extra point, you're just up 2, right? So a field goal still puts the other team ahead. So you go for 2 here and protect the field goal lead. They didn't get it done, though.
Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive in with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Ready?
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. Alvin Kamara really settling into the league in his 2nd season. And, of course, he came out of Tennessee, but not a lot of people remember he started at Alabama.
He did and got caught in that big mix of running backs at Bama. And they like those bigger, thicker runners, those guys who can break down defenses through the middle. Alvin Kamara ended up leaving Alabama, going to a junior college for a while. I believe he went to Hutchinson Junior College before matriculating at Tennessee and finding his way to the NFL, where he is now a star.
Breeze on the draw, gives to Kamara. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
On 1st down, Breeze. Looking for Thomas. He's got him. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Saints are able to cash in for 6. Will Lutz on for the point after. Lutz with the extra point. And that'll make this a 6-point game. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Shotgun now for Wentz. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And out across midfield down to the 45. Give him 30 yards there.
If the post pattern is often equated as a change-up route, how about when you throw it to your big guy down the center of the field? Covered or not, you have great confidence he's going to come down with the football.
Let's go.
And when he does, as we just saw, long gains often result.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Wentz. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time. And
they've held them in check on the scoreboard. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now Wentz. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46.
Well, nothing takes a start to have a good drive quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Throwing is Wentz. Flush to his right. And he's got it complete to Darren Sproles. And he'll get it down here to the 43. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Around the NFL, 3rd quarter at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And out will come the offense as they take over. It's the Cowboys who are leading in that one right now. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their own 16. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. Big hold of the 30. Again has it complete. Finally taken down at the 32-yard line. Now, they may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down. Breeze now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. Fighting through it, he's got space. And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the 3rd quarter. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Hey, kill!
On 1st and 10, here's Breeze. He's going to wind up and air it out. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Michael Thomas, his 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. Lutz good on the extra point, and the lead now stands at 13. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
It's complete left side to Aguilar. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
Wentz now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Now a play fake. Wentz. Escaping the pressure right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Now Wentz, I think this is going to be a free play. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So the penalty certainly helps them out as they come up on 2nd and 5. Working from the gun, Wentz. And that one falls incomplete. A 50-50 ball, a little dangerous, could have been picked. Now it's 3rd down. I guess they're in a situation now, 4th quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted. And if it does get picked off, that could possibly seal this one.
The Eagles on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Again, it's Wentz. Aguilar has it. And Owen coughed it up. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. And defensively, maybe an opportunity missed there.
No doubt about it. When that ball's out, all you're thinking about as a defender is, this is our chance to make a huge play. Instead, he's able to recover his own fumble. Big sigh of relief, huh?
Yeah, usually those wide receiver fumbles, there's open space around for the defense, but not there. He hops right back on it. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Lion.
Wentz to throw again. He's going to float this one deep right side. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on. 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Now Wentz again, and he connects with Ertz. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. That'll put him at 77 yards receiving for the ball game. It's a 1st down. Wentz now on 1st down. Looking for Aguilar, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And they work this out past the 25. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout as there's a Saints player down here on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. A 10th carry for Kamara. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
Again, it's Kamara. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll go as a loss of 5. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
Delta. 3 down.
Now it's the backup, Bridgewater. And his first throw since coming in is incomplete. Ronald Darby, that time, the one who got a hand in and knocked it free. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. This will be fielded at the 17. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate, and of course they'd like to forget the ending, the interception, but they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
Bridgewater now on second down. He's going to walk one deep left side here. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Despite the lead here in the fourth, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. On third down, Bridgewater. Nothing doing on that one, and it'll be fourth down. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. And Lutz's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So yet another field goal to end a drive. That has been a very common theme. He's now hit 5 of them in this game.
Yeah, Brandon, as an offense, you hate that you've had to call on your kicker so often, but you have to love the fact that time and time again, he's come through.
The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Wentz will try again on second down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Gordon. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A really nice gain of 25 yards. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Again, they'll throw with Wentz. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Back to the air on second down. Wentz. And this is caught at the 8. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Josh Gordon, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Eagles get a score closer. Wentz now to throw. And they're going to get the 2. It's caught. So they get the conversion. And now we're back to a 1-score game. Elliott now to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll wind wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
Delta.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Now Bridgewater. That's complete to Meredith. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. And the Eagles are going to go ahead and take another timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And they take a knee. The Saints in victory formation now as they'll take the knee. So here we go, Charles, 3rd down. Any chance you're throwing?
I don't think so. I think you got to keep the clock rolling here.
The Saints in victory formation now as they'll take the knee. And a timeout here. Timeout taken, whistles blown. Timeout taken by the receiving team. As they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat and mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring, and how much pressure can the offense handle?
We're going to find out. Second and 10 from the 33-yard line. They'll look to throw. It's caught by Aguilar. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
Well, how about keeping your head about you in this situation? No more timeouts. Finds a way to get out of bounds. Now they can breathe a little bit as they contemplate what to do on the next down.
Back to throw. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Trying to defend the out route there, got the PI call.
And you know what's difficult about that one is sometimes you want to make the undercut move and go for the football, and other times just want to hang on the upfield shoulder and make the tackle. I think he got caught in between and created a foul.
One final try now for Wentz. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Well, we saw a close game that kept us on the edge of our seats down to that final whistle. And right before that final whistle, defense with one last exclamation mark there, getting the sack to end it.
I love how you phrased it because we were waiting to see what would happen. Obviously, we thought something would happen downfield. Instead, it happens in the offensive backfield, and that's your ball game.
So for the Saints, it's a win that might keep them alive in the playoff race as they're back to 500 at 5-5. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Atlanta Falcons next week. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, they suffered just their 2nd loss as they drop to 8-2 now on the year. And they will be at home next week to take on the New York Giants. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.